Well, she's a weird one because she has so many characteristics that you would think that everyone who's a progressive would want as a president. She is a veteran who twice served overseas, twice deployed. She's been a veteran for a long time congresswoman. She's from Hawaii. She's Hawaiian. You would say she's a woman of color.
They say she's a woman of color.
She's a very articulate, rock-solid woman, and they've tried to find a bunch of dirt on her, and they can't. They don't know what to do.
Imagine Joe Rogan suddenly walking onto the set of The View, carrying what looked like a $50 million legal bomb. Right now, we are watching one of the biggest daytime TV disasters as Tulsi Gabbard fires back with a lawsuit so huge that it could have left the hosts completely shocked, with Whoopi Goldberg possibly feeling like years of hard work were falling apart right before her eyes. It is nothing but total and unbelievable chaos.
He got asked about Tulsi Gabbard, and the reporter, the journalist, said there are foreign allies who are very nervous about sharing intelligence with her. And he said, oh, I don't know. I'm surprised to hear it. I heard that for the first time the other day. I mean, I think she's a great American. I think she's got tremendous common sense. This woman with tremendous common sense, Tulsi Gabbard, went to Syria, met with Assad, legitimized him as a member of Congress, then came back here and advocated for him.
Joe Rogan grabbed the best seat in the House, threw out a sarcastic joke, and watched the whole mess explode. This is much bigger than a normal legal fight. It feels like a high-stakes public roasting where everyone involved ends up taking damage. Every person caught in this story is feeling the heat. Music nobody gets away untouched in this intense television showdown.
Well, look, the facts are important, and we'll get to that. I want to start with something that I think is also important about facts, because recently on your show here...
I was just going to get to that.
Good. Helping you out.
You want me to ask you the question?
No, look, some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse, or a useful idiot, I think was the term that you used. Which basically means that I'm naive or lack intelligence to know what's going on.
They use that.
The moment everyone expected finally arrived. A major public figure decided to treat The View like a real courtroom opponent. Forget weak tweets or small Instagram arguments. We are talking about a $50 million legal wrecking ball that is shaking the heart of daytime television. Tulsi Gabbard had finally had enough. She refused to stay the easy target for loud TV voices that treated her like another throwaway tabloid story. Music, instead of trading online insults, she called in her legal team. The time for empty talk ended the second those legal papers arrived. The game is over.
Yeah, did you watch the episode when Tulsi Gabbard got on to defend herself and Joy Behar starts panicking and going over her notes while Tulsi is refuting everything that she said?
Yeah, I mean, Joy Behar, like, again, these people have dementia. These are people who, like, should not be allowed out of the house. They have a national platform. I mean, it is crazy. They have no idea. These people have never read, like, a book.
And there's versions of it.
If you're loving this unbelievable showdown, hit that subscribe button right now. It took only a few seconds for Joe Rogan to jump into this burning TV drama and make himself comfortable. He laughed through the madness, like someone who had seen this coming all along. Rogan, with all the subtlety of a giant hammer, ripped into The View's panel, as if he was tearing apart another example of failed journalism. And the truth is, he was only getting started.
Because she is a strong woman. She is a person who served overseas twice. She was a congresswoman for 8 years.
I want to let your viewers know exactly who I am.
All right.
Set the record straight. I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color, and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country. It was the attacks on 9/11.
Well, I guess we're getting a little bit far ahead of ourselves. But Franklin Graham finds you refreshing. He doesn't find me refreshing.
Now, let's go back for a second. The View, which many people compare to an expensive group chat under bright studio lights, built a huge audience by throwing out quick opinions before the coffee even kicked in. Sooner or later, they labeled Tulsi Gabbard as a danger to the country, and maybe even a danger to their own social circle. While they turned serious accusations into casual TV chatter mixed between celebrity gossip and cooking tips, Tulsi quietly prepared her legal response behind the scenes. Nobody expected the move. Nobody was ready for it. And that surprise made the whole moment feel even bigger.
Richard Spencer, the white nationalist leader, says he could vote for you.
Joy, this is why
you're on
I'm
Tucker
here.
Carlson at least 10 times. Why don't you go on Chris Wallace's show?
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary
that have
Clinton
nothing to
started
do
it,
with
and then
who
you
I
shot
am.
back at her, boy. You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years.
She skipped the studio argument. She ignored the TikTok rant. She stayed away from the long tell-all article. Instead, she filed a lawsuit like someone calm, careful, and focused on collecting evidence. The kind of person backed by top lawyers, save records, and enough patience to turn small insults into courtroom evidence. While the hosts were busy giving dramatic looks and talking over each other, Tulsi was putting her case together. And when Joe Rogan saw the lawsuit filing, it almost felt like he was celebrating inside. He has spent years calling out what he believes are the failures of corporate media. Music, to him. The View stands at the very top of that list. He said it clearly. If you want to watch smart debate disappear, just watch The View explain world politics like they are reading a simple baking recipe. When Rogan heard about the $50 million lawsuit, he was almost speechless. Finally, someone had the facts, the courage, and the legal strength to challenge a show that often acts like speaking louder means winning. Tulsi didn't just file a lawsuit. She delivered music, a clear message. Morning TV games cannot escape real legal responsibility.
She's also a Russian asset.
So
Really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country. This is why I'm running for president, to continue that commitment of service.
Rogan went after them nonstop not only because of the alleged false claims, but because he believed the show had become a social joke, pretending to be serious analysis. He compared their style of arguing to a loud family fight during the holidays, only with fewer facts and more commercials. He broke down The View's whole formula with sharp accuracy. Grab a headline, add a big dose of ignorance, mix in personal opinions, serve it to sleepy viewers, and keep repeating it forever. This was not just normal criticism. It was a complete takedown. Rogan blasted the panel like a machine powered by teleprompters and old cliches. He argued that the show had become a place where weak accusations were dressed up as honest outrage. He also mocked the way each host acts like the final voice of wisdom, when, in his opinion, they are mostly repeating old clips and worn-out talking points. And one thing is clear, Tulsi Gabbard is not an easy person to attack with cheap accusations. As a former member of Congress and a combat veteran, she has dealt with more serious policy issues than many of those hosts have spent checking a single line of what they say.
I saw you on The View.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies infested henhouse.
Rogan said, if you average the hosts together, The View is among the least informed shows on TV. They say things many people think, but they say them so directly that they expose themselves. I don't think all of them are dumb. Sunny Hostin is driven by ideology, but I don't think she's dumb. Music Whoopi, though, is definitely not the sharpest, and what she said simply doesn't make sense. It wasn't really thought through.
The View has to be if you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television. And so it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth. But
I don't think some of them are dumb.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Sunny Hostin's
You think it's
dumb.
deliberate?
I think she's ideologically driven, and they have blinders on, for sure. I don't think Sunny's dumb. But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out.
Meanwhile, The View acted as if accountability was for other people. But they weren't just making jokes. They were making claims that affected someone's reputation. For the first time, someone asked them to prove those claims. Rogan said many morning shows sell anger as entertainment and treat applause like proof they're right. He joked the show might finally need a lawyer backstage. He described it as a line of commentators trying to sound the most offended while reading scripts written after barely glancing at a headline. He also mocked the show for claiming to lead the national conversation while repeating the same empty slogans.
The culture shift between right and left authoritarianism, and now people don't recognize that if you just stopped looking at it in terms of red and blue, look at the action, whether it's war, suppression of free speech, pharmacological interventions that are mandatory, whatever that used to all be associated with the authoritative right, the authoritarian right. And now those things are being embraced by the left. And I just think it's just an ideology thing. And I think we get confused and we think we're on the right side. We're on the right side. And if it's our side that's saying this, for sure that's the right thing to do. And no one's critically thinking about it.
Tulsi stayed calm, focused, and precise. No yelling, no drama. Just a legal filing that turned the View's stage into a place where real answers may be needed. While the hosts argued over who spoke last, she arrived with a clear plan. Joe Rogan said the lesson was simple. A TV contract doesn't protect you from legal responsibility. Audience applause doesn't make a weak opinion true. And acting caring on camera won't help if the story becomes a courtroom battle. Rogan believes this is a brave stand against media pressure, and many online supporters agree. The biggest surprise was that The View never seemed to see it coming.
I think the problem with that show is that show has this very specific ideological bubble in which they operate in. And they always bring on a token conservative woman and they yell over her and silence her. And, they did that with Meghan McCain, and they did that with what is that other blonde woman from Survivor? Do you remember her, Jamie? She was always yelling. I mean, it's a bizarre show.
Rogan joked, but he also made a serious point. He said many morning shows discuss complex topics with only a basic understanding, then act shocked when someone fights back. He believes this moment has been building for years. Tulsi's lawsuit, in his view, is a warning that every TV studio should notice. Some executives are reportedly nervous and checking old broadcasts for careless mistakes. Rogan could probably call a podcast, "Being loud doesn't protect you in court." He says this case is bigger than one argument. It challenges the idea that big media companies are untouchable.
Worried about losing your job, and you're worried about podcasts taking over, and who's the source of news, and we said Donald Trump, but half the country disagreed with us, and he won, and this is okay, and Joe Rogan believes in dragons.
Tulsi's lawsuit has opened a door that stayed locked for many years. It is a strong warning to every media person who treats public leaders like they are just gossip stories. You can share big claims on TV, but you should also be ready for a response full of facts, papers, and proof that is much stronger than most research teams. For years, many commentators lived in a world where being wrong only brought more ratings instead of punishment. But that time has now ended. The bill has arrived fully listed and carrying a $50 million price tag. Joe Rogan seems to be enjoying every moment. He built his name by listening to people for hours instead of rushing to judge. Watching The View under legal pressure feels to him like watching a comedy group face a serious official check. The idea that they may now need a real fact-checker or someone who reads beyond headlines sounds almost unbelievable. Rogan even joked they might hire a lawyer who doesn't take legal advice from social media clips. The message is simple. Smear campaigns are no longer just TV noise. They are now real legal problems. We are now in a time where careless TV comments are not just moral mistakes. They can become very expensive. This is even worse when the target keeps strong records and evidence like a careful auditor. This case has become a big cultural moment, turning a talk show desk into a courtroom stand and gossip into evidence. When big media acts recklessly, pushback is bound to happen, and Tulsi Gabbard made sure her message reached the top level. Her move was both legal and symbolic, sending shockwaves through the media world. Joe Rogan reacted like someone who had been waiting for this moment, using his platform to mock the falling image of The View. Now the show is stuck between weak PR and legal pressure. No segment can turn this into a win, no guest can hide the filings, and no applause can stop what is coming. Rogan called this more than just a lawsuit. He sees it as a cultural reset. He never needed to shout. He just pointed, laughed, and watched it unfold. The real drama has now moved from TV to the courtroom. And with that, the story comes to an end.